Hey, it's Heather. What we're going to do today, we're in the kitchen, and what we're going to do is pull out the elderberries that I froze earlier in the year. Now that things have calmed down with the garden, pull them out and get them in the freeze dryer. And for me, elderberries is a bit of a process. I don't know, this is just the way that I do it. If you process yours in a more efficient way, please comment and let me know. Always looking for new ways. But the way I do it is I clip all the elderberries, stem and everything. You know, it's got a little hanging bundle of berries. So I clip that off. I put that into a plastic bag, double bag it, put it in the freezer until I'm ready to deal with it. Then when I'm ready to deal with it, kind of ready to deal with it, because I usually don't deal with it all at one time, I pull it out. You have your clumps like this. So I do, because the berries are frozen, that's how I deal with mine frozen. I cannot do them thawed or straight off the bush or anything else. They mush and mess, and it's just, it does not work for me. But anyway, so it's frozen and the berries easily come off. Drop into a bowl. Then I take all those berries, put them back in a plastic bag, double bag it, freeze it until I'm ready to pull them out and get them ready for the freeze dryer. And then at that point, they have lots of sticks, maybe green berries, maybe some bugs. So I have a process, and that's the process I'm doing today, where I pull them out, put them in a strainer, and try to get all the sticks and things in it that you don't want in your berries. So that's what we're doing today. Come on, let's get started. Okay, I have my berries in my Walmart bag. Well, plastic bag. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of little trashy sticks and stuff in there. I'm going to put my other berries back in the freezer because it's, for me, impossible to work with them when they're not frozen. So I go back and forth, and my towel here is already dirty because I have already done some. I've done several batches, but see, trashy stuff, I just do like that. Who knows how many times to get that off. And then the sifter will work a little bit. The strainer, you can get some things out like that. But you see lots and lots of trash in these. So I'm sure I will just fast forward past a lot of this, because really, how much of this do you need to see? You get the idea. You just have to keep on. And sometimes I get a paper towel because your hand gets wet and then it sticks to your hands. But this is the best way I have found to do this. If you have another way, please tell me. Okay, so after doing that a while, it looks like no stems. You know, it's easy to get a handful that doesn't have but one or two stems in it, and then you can just pick those out. And that's what I do from here. And if the berries start thawing, and I stick this whole strainer back into the freezer to let them get frozen, and I put them in this and then pour them in my bowl. For some reason, I feel like, okay, I can look at them again in there before I put them in my bowl. See if there's any more sticks. So that is what we do until they're all done. So that's what we have so far. And I guess I'm dramatic. It's only been 16 minutes on this video without the time lapsing or whatever. So I'm going to put these in the freezer. I'll get another batch out, do the same thing to it, and then we'll load up the freeze dryer trays. I'm going to get the elderberries on the trays and get them in the freeze dryer. Let me move y'all a little. And I just have a freezer in here that I stuck them in until I was ready. So these are frozen. After I got them off the stem, I left them in the freezer for a couple hours while I did some other stuff, so they'd be nice and frozen. I like, for whatever I put in the freeze dryer, to be frozen anyway, but elderberries especially, they will stick together anyway. Seems like freezing helps with a little of that, and it helps because your freeze dryer is going to go through a freeze mode anyway. And but this, I feel like if I freeze my stuff before I put it in there, it cuts down a little bit on the freezing part of it. My freezer's already running, so why not stick whatever I'm going to freeze dry in the freezer and let it freeze solid, and then start my freeze dryer. That's just the way I think about it. Doesn't mean it's the right way or the only way, but it's just the way that I think is an efficient way to do it. I only have 3 pans here because I have one more pan that's already made up in the freezer. I'm going to go ahead and put those in here. Oh, I keep forgetting to move this. There we go. Okay. So, just loading the freeze dryer. I hit continue, close my drain, and it's in a freezing mode now, and then it'll go to drying. And I have mine set for an extra 24 hours of dry time. That is a little excessive, but I'd rather do a little extra dry time than not enough dry time. I've had stuff go soft, and that's no fun to put all the work into it and then it not be all the way freeze dried. So anyway, I'll bring you back when these are done, probably at least 24 hours. We'll see. We're out here checking the freeze dryer. Oh shoot. I hope it's done. I wasn't thinking. I was just supposed to open it. Anyway, I think they're done. They were going for like 41 hours. They should be done. And they have went in. Do you hear the crackling? The crackling is so neat. I don't know why they do that. Do you know why they do that? If you do, please tell me. how to move this. Okay, so, oh yeah, these are, that crackling is the neatest thing. I'm not sure why it does that. Maybe if I Googled, I could figure it out. But anyway. Yep, these feel pretty dry. Not pretty dry, they feel dry to me. What I like to do is come back through. See, this was a pan I did with the previous batch. I didn't think it was dry, so I put it in with this batch. But see, I like to come through and do this and put it back in to dry longer, but I got tangled up with some stuff and didn't get back out here till 41 hours later. So here we are, and looks like they dried just fine like this, because they do somewhat stick to the pan. It doesn't really matter what you do. They just, see how they seem kind of stuck where these are loose. But I am going to put these in jars for now. And if they stay in jars, if I don't use them, I don't know, a couple months or something, I will put them in Mylar bags for long-term storage. I'd probably leave them in mason jars for 6 months to a year. I don't know how long. I check on my stuff just to see what I think every now and then. If it's something I felt like has been in a jar for a long time, then I will transfer them. So I'm going to add them to the elderberries I have here. So I finished taking them out the freeze dryer. These were not empty. So those 4 trays did not fill these up. I have done them in empty jars before. I don't know. But anyway, I topped these off. And then I put the remainder in a Mylar bag. So, all done freeze drying elderberries. Not really. I have another bag to do, but all done on this video. So if you have any tips, tricks, more efficient way of doing any of these things in this video, please comment and share. I know some stuff. You know some stuff. Let's share this stuff. I would love to hear from you. All right. See you next time.